Let's go over this quick sec. So the pieces you like finding this gem was insanely lucky. Like it's maybe the best gem you could find. I mean, I feel like maybe 35% to crowd control is up there too. 30 like what else is there? The cloak I'm wearing is 35% killing an elite. But like I actually think this might be the best gem to find only especially because it only rolls on boots, the molten boots. They have this. So it pretty much locks up your boot slot if you want to wear if you want this, unless you find the gem, which was just like a day ago I got it, which is pretty sweet. Um, it's every Phoenix affix except to the +1 resurrection, but you gotta be careful not to mince words here because there's this one, right? There's the Phoenix revives one time at its death location, right? Then there's the Phoenix that gives like one resurrection, right? So we're not using the extra resurrection. And two, the one that's what is it? Phoenix Phoenix flies in the aim direction, I think. That's I haven't played this build a whole lot. This is probably like I don't know, the fifth, sixth, seventh run I've done with it. But um I think it's worse. I think that's worse than like in the early game it's pretty good because you get to stand in the fire more consistently. But you'll see like as we get late game and we're getting a like Phoenixes are gonna cover the entire screen just in the random pattern they're going in. And if you have the flies in the aim direction, it's like you get less coverage with the Phoenix once you're towards the end game. Like you'll see what I mean if you haven't played like a Phoenix build, you know, with most of the gear you need at a higher level. Uh, like the whole floor will be covered with Phoenix. Whereas if you had the thing flying overhead, it just there's like big strips, but it covers less ground. I genuinely think it just makes the build worse. But like I said, I haven't really tested them both all that much. So some substitutions that are worth considering. Uh, the the affix that's like fire spells have a 50% chance to explode, and it can trigger like every point 1 seconds. Yeah, I can't think of the name of what it's called, but I've used those in the glove slot, and they're good. And I'm trying out these. I'm not sure if they'll be better. I mean, this runs. I mean, we got Phoenix early, so so what you we have three blessings now. The more the better. Like we have three blessings because there's one on the gloves. But there is not one on the neck or the belt, which sucks. And the belt's terrible too for obviously for the for the what demon hunter intelligence, gold gain, and yeah, it's pretty terrible. Um, uh, these these are not good either, really. This, I mean, even if they're both fully stacked, I'd much rather have like plus 35 to crowd control, plus 25 to frozen enemies, 20%, 20% to enemies with a status, plus 20% status duration. There's like a whole bunch of plus. I would take plus 25. I don't think that can roll on boots or chest, but plus 25 to special or basic would be sweet too. Plus 25 to fire, but again, that doesn't roll on boots or chest. Uh, let's see, what would probably like what would the best be what would the best substitute for these be? Probably probably the what is it? The evasion that's 25% evasion, minus 4 seconds off one of your cooldowns when you evade an attack on the chest, and then probably keeping these boots. But the main reason I'm using this chest is because it has 2 sockets, so you can slap two dexterity gems in it. So another thing, like don't overestimate how good runes are. So like I have like a I have 2 or 3 of each of the runes in my stash, and I could have ruined these. Like not ruined, you know what I mean? Like ruin, like put runes in them, right? Um, but like I don't really need the healing. I'm really like again, I'm using this mostly because it has 2 sockets too, and the demon hunter is new, so I don't have that much demon hunter gear. So it's just like the best. Like it's like what I got a I got a I don't even have like a legendary bow that's good. I have a good this is a pretty good rare bow, but I mean if I had a legendary one with anything useful at all, this would it would go so much harder than this. But like what was I saying? Yeah, as far as like ruining stuff goes, always consider like I got the cast speed experience and the dexterity, and then I got double dexterity. Like that's like this is in. Can I take these out? Like the amount of attack power these had, like this chest alone, versus one with no gems is probably like I don't know 80 or 90 attack power. It's a lot. So ruining is I would say something like half the items in the game are not worth ruining. You're better off going with a good jewel or just double main stat. Um, so like there's like an infinite things I'd like to try with this build, like the 30% attack speed with 25% on the basic attack, like 30% basic speed with the 25% basic attack would go crazy hard. Because like so the whole function, the way the build works, right, is we're only going to take Phoenix is going to be our only fire skill. That's really important because we've got Phoenix like so decked out, right? We've got like what five or six affix, I think it's like four, no four affixes for Phoenix between the two ranks. Yeah, and so we're gonna so basically Flame Surge is gonna only hit Phoenix, right? So reducing the cooldown of a fire skill by 1 second. Um, that's gonna we're only taking one fire skill, so this is gonna hit Phoenix every time it procs, right? Which is gonna be a lot because we're going to use our blessings on Phoenix, which we already used a blessing on, plus experience, which is really make or break. Like the sooner you can get a blessing on experience, like the runs that really pop off, the runs where you can hit like 2 billion plus damage, typically you get a lot of plus experience early. And the sooner you get in like I would say there's almost no exception where you don't bless the first experience you get. Even if you get offered like a four banger Phoenix or whatever your main skill is, like a four banger basic, you, you, you really just want to get. I guess you could bless experience and then take the four, but even that's probably not advisable because plus experience is just absurdly good. It's really it's like it's make or break. If you don't have any plus experience by like let's say like 8 minutes in, you're probably gonna fall behind and die. And if you don't, it's gonna be like a rough like you spend the whole time running away from the enemies. Like you just can't level up fast enough to keep up with them. But all right, I'll stop rambling and get down to this build. Um, Anything else? So piercing essence. So this is going to be our priority. We want experience. We're going to bless that. We want crit chance. We're going to bless that so we can proc the flame surge as often as possible. And then all the rest of our skills are going to be well. We might take purge. Purge is okay. We can because you'll see towards the end we'll have pretty much unlimited mana because of piercing essence. Especially because we have ice orb already, and this is when it comes to piercing, this is an absolute machine. Like it just throws out so many projectiles, and it has it has the piercing chance cooked in as you level it up. Yeah, like this, like we so we might take all 6 projectile skills for this, but we might take purge because it's kind of nice to burn elites. But it just depends on what we get offered. It doesn't really matter. If you need healing, you could consider blood tornado. Like it, like let's look at the stats. I have no I do have a dedicated healing piece, but I don't need it. I think that it's just the 2-socket helm that I have with dexterity, or no, not dexterity, but decent stats. Has the 100% armor, the life, the pickup radius. Yeah, dexterity would be better, but whatever. But let's see what we got here for like healing and stuff. So there's a lot of healing. Wow. Oh well, 3% is from 3% is from the helm. So let's say I wasn't wearing that, we'd still be rocking 1.3 on hit, right? 2.3 on crit, 2.3 on kill, and then about 200 on level up. It's like how much health do we have? 15. So we're looking at it's like what's that 15-ish percent, something in that neighborhood on level up. So like the healing item's not required. If I had something that did more damage, I would absolutely wear it. All right. So top priority XP, then crit chance, then Phoenix, then piercing, and then like crit damage, attack power, projectile count, all good stuff, all quality. We're gonna ban gold gain and either mana or health regen, whichever one we see first. I would like to have having more than 2 bans would be really nice, but we got 2 bans.
Dude, so we were talking the Royals. So the Prince Andrew, you know about all his allegations, right?
No, I don't.
Bro, I'm going to give you the snapshot.
Yeah.
So he claims BFF with Ghislaine Maxwell, who's Epstein's alleged procurer / girlfriend, bae.
Yes.
Yeah, who also, it's weird, like, it's not his procurer.
Is out chilling.
She stayed with him after he got indicted for raping kids and whatever, but whatever, okay, that's just a normal
That's just a loyal bae,
just
dude.
a loyal bae.
That's arguably the most loyal bae.
I mean, that's the definition of it.
Damn.
So, yeah, so that's...
I kind of support her now.
Dude, wait.
That's a good bae.
I mean, technically, that is the definition of thick and thin.
Yeah.
But... I mean, I wonder about that in terms of like a bae just like sending other baes into women prostitution, or women, obviously women, like into young girl prostitution. That's a power trip, dude.
Yeah.
Of recruiting. I don't even know how you're like, you already have a bunch of money. Be like, all right, I maybe I was struggling super hard. Like, how does that even come about? I don't know. But Prince Andrew was in pictures with his accusers. See, he has a picture of him with his arm around his accuser's waist in the upstairs of Maxwell's house. And he claims he was like, well, yeah, I mean, I see that picture, but like, I've never been upstairs in my friend's house, so I mean, that might not be my arm, that might be someone's arm. Yeah, everyone's like, well, how the fuck do you know that's what upstairs looks like? But either way, dude, he fucking jumbled all over. This is him saying how he was introduced to Epstein. It's so fucking funny.
And if he wasn't there, he would say, well, why don't you come and use my houses? So I said, that's very kind. Thank you very much indeed.
That's very kind.
I said, that's very well, why don't you
fucking funny.
In the United States and doing things. And if he wasn't there, he would say, well, why don't you come and use my houses? So I said, that's very kind. Thank you very much indeed.
That's very kind. Thank you much
so
indeed.
According to his narrative, and that's the funny part, for everyone who watched that interview, it's like, just suspend all of the things of what people think he was doing and go by his story. It's the funniest fucking story, dude. According to Prince Andrew, he got out of the Navy. He was single for a while, but he never partied.
He was single for a while.
He was single. Dude, literally, that's how it's exactly what he says.
I wasn't partying.
I wasn't much of a partier. That's literally how he talks. And he's like, but I was single in the 80s for a long spell of time. And then he starts talking about, so he was a prince. He wanted to learn about business. So he's like, I must go to America to learn about business. And he's like, he links up with Epstein, who really is not as...
I want to learn about business. I want to link up with Epstein.
I'm a prince, and I need to learn about business. I'm totally fucking... I have no idea.
I couldn't be in London with, like, the top bankers in the world.
Yeah, dude. No fucking way.
No.
He has to go to... So, he's friends
Go
with...
to South Beach or wherever the fuck he was.
I have to go to an island with a ton of underage women to learn about business. Dude, his story is...
No, that's true. That's good basic economy.
He wanted to figure out... Dude, I mean, his whole thing with Epstein is that, like, what he said Epstein has what Epstein did right, he just had a knack for bringing, like, the coolest people together. He just had a way. This is what he says. He's like, he had a way of bringing, like, just the most diverse and just, like, eminent people in their fields together.
Yeah, what do you think that way was?
What do you think that attractor was?
Yeah.
He just had a way.
Just all men of different... Everybody just loved it.
He just had a way of accumulating the most powerful men in one place. I don't know how he did it.
Yeah, what was it?
Dude, I mean, we could...
the finest young sniz in the world?
No, it was just people who wanted to learn about business, Shane. Get your fucking mind. Don't be such a conspiracy theorist, dude.
My bad.
Prince Andrew was chilling in the castle. He's in Buckingham Palace. He's like, I'm done the Navy. I'm working a lot of charity work around the abuse of children, weirdly enough. And he's like, it's time I strike off to America, like a Dickens novel character. He's like, It's time I learn about business. So he went over there. He's friends with Ghislaine Maxwell. It's a stretch to say that him and Jeffrey Epstein were like good friends by any imagine.
Yeah.
They weren't, He was more or less, Epstein was like a +1 kind of situation.
Yeah.
But
I stand with the prince.
this is the prince's narrative. So he was learning business. Epstein, again, as you saw him and said, well, if you need a place to crash, I have all these properties. You can see, he goes, indeed, that's fantastic. So he goes and stays, and he starts hanging out. He goes to the island.
Well, that's quite nice, yes. That's quite nice.
He goes to the island, and then, he's on there. He's at the island multiple times. He's staying at Epstein's place all the time. The shit hits the fan. Epstein gets busted.
Damn it.
Indicted.
Damn it.
Dude, what's Prince Andrew do? Again, they're not friends, bro. Prince Andrew, rather, because they were like, well, why did you go visit him after he got indicted? And he was like, I didn't want to be a chicken. The chicken's way out would have simply been a phone call to end this friendship. I went to go face to face to discuss with him. And they're like, what? And they're like, why? And he was like, I went over there and I said, Jeffrey, that's it. No more. It's done. it's not good for us to be together anymore. And the lady's like, according to this, you stayed at his house for the next 3 days after that? He goes, well, I needed a place to stay, of course.
I'll just fly back. I'm not made of money. I don't have the Bank of England behind me.
He's like, I checked out a hotel tonight and everything was ridiculous. Of course I stayed. And they're like, well, they had a party and that night you were the guest of honor. He was like, a party.
Epstein had a party after he got indicted?
He had a party after he took a plea deal and got done. Threw a party. Prince Andrew's like, I'd hardly call it a party. There was 8 people there. Dude, his fucking shit is unbelievable.
8 people is exactly what a party is.
I mean, dude, that's
I have a party with more than 8 people. I'm like, this sucks.
dude. This is the I have all these things timestamped. It is the funniest fucking shit listening to this guy. But that's his tale. Oh, so the other thing too is that so they're like, well, okay, so say that's true, and you know you were around all this all the time. Yeah. How did you not know that there was weird shit? You're a prince. You're not like a total fucking ditz. Like, you could tell if there's a bunch of young girls around. He was like, there were 2 answers to that. They were so funny. He was like, well, first of all, with my station, I am part of the royal family. People tend to clean up their act a little differently around me. So when I'm around, it's a whole different set of behaviors. So it was as if he was hitting down on Epstein again, still in business mode, and people were like, "Oh shit, the prince is coming, guys! Don't talk about like how we fuck kids and stuff. We can't upset this prince."
How old were these kids? What is this? I don't know.
15, 16. The girl who he accused of having sex was 17 at the time. Epstein got indicted for raping a 13-year-old girl.
Oh, man.
And then he got in trouble later for like procuring underage prostitutes. That was another thing on the books he got busted for. So this dude was busted, dude, and this guy was chilling with him after being busted, and just being like, "Well, I didn't want to be a chicken." Hilarious.
And Bernie was like, kind of like, yeah, but then Biden was like, no, like we need to heal all this shit. I wonder if that's because Biden and all them are like, we better not fucking lock this guy up, or he is gonna rat on everyone.
He must be sitting on wild
Trump
shit.
must be sitting on some wild shit.
I think so, man.
Trump daddy was down there with Epstein too.
Yeah.
I mean, I know he hung out with the staff the whole time.
He was there once too, man.
But maybe he thought they were servants too.
True.
Maybe that's what he meant by hanging out with the staff.
He was just having sex
He was
with
just fucking.
He's like, you
young
can fuck
women.
the dishwashers here? This is crazy.
I'm not afraid. Everybody.
So you're saying MJ's not a pedophile? You're ruling pedophile, not a pedophile.
I don't think he's a pedophile. I think he
Okay.
got killed.
Now do Donald Trump.
Donald Trump, it's because I looked into all the fucking Republic. I'm blue and on now.
Yes.
I'm liberal. I watch a View with Lemire.
Simple yes or no.
It's hard to say because
Simple yes or no.
if he was a pedophile, they would have got him on it by now.
Simple
That's
yes
the
or
only
no.
thing that fucks me up.
What do you think about
Simple
the
yes or
tape?
no.
What do you think about the tape that came out like
Epstein
right
tapes?
at the end, where it was like the audio of like him and Epstein?
Epstein? It wasn't him and Epstein. It was Epstein. This dude Wolf.
So why were they trying to
Hold
tie
on.
Trump to
Simple
that?
yes or no.
It's hard to say. That's what I'm saying. The jury's out. I'm not. He's not my savior.
Bill, it's the internet, dude. Just say something sensational. We'll capitalize.
Simple yes or no.
At this point, I have to say no because they would have
All
got
right,
us.
Matt Gates.
Brother, yeah. I don't know. There's all sorts of fucking weird shit about that. He's fucking.
Well, didn't he
happy.
resign?
He likes suing
Allegedly.
people.
Allegedly, big time.
But he's not Trump's cabinet now.
What's up
Didn't he
with
resign out
airports?
of that?
What?
I heard that if he had
I'd have to
stayed,
delete that.
I heard that if he stayed in Congress, then they would have released like the findings of the ethics things. But since he like resigned, now they can't show people whatever they found.
I don't know.
That's what I heard.
Bro, I don't know. I just, at this point, everyone's on fucking notice. Dennis Hastert was a Republican, I think the Speaker of the House forever. And he was also involved in wrestling, which is fucking weird. So was Jim Jordan. There was a pedophile there, but it doesn't matter. Fucking Dennis Hastert was a Speaker of the House forever. And he was on Epstein's Island. He was friends with Podesta. He was like the OG Pizzagate guy where like Hastert was a fucking scumbag pedophile. And no one said a fucking word. So now everybody who's in that fucking thing, they're not my heroes. I fucking hate them, and they're all cool with pedophilia because they let that shit go
Do you
on.
have any heroes?
No, you're my hero.
Smash that motherfucking
When
subscribe.
people say that, drives me nuts.
It's infuriating.
Yeah, you know Epstein's innocent, bro.
That's the funniest development. Like, we are going to unveil the truth once and
Yep.
for all. Turns out the guy was just a fucking guy.
regular guy.
Struggling in the world just like all of us. Yeah, that was some bullshit, bro. Also, innocent of what? He was literally a guilty pedophile. He was busted, and they sealed the records the first time.
Wasn't it like 1,000 women?
I mean, now it just sounds like you're bragging on his behalf.
Well, that's what I was going for. I was like, if he was a one-man operator, I mean, at some point you gotta get this guy.
Will Chamberlain,
tip your hat.
Jeffrey Epstein.
You gotta tip your hat at some point. You go, God damn, you got a lot.
Yeah, but he was also playing in the minor leagues.
He wasn't in the minor leagues. Those are AAA. He was playing on the Harrisburg Senators.
Yeah, it'd be, imagine if you just owned a booth in the mall being like, you want to be a model? You could pull Epstein
How'd you
numbers.
like to meet Stephen Hawking?
It is. I mean, this isn't funny, but like,
How'd you like to meet the biggest dorks around the globe?
Well, it's also
in one island.
crazy to be like having like a gang of like 14-year-old chicks and be like, ladies, meet Stephen Hawking. And they're like, oh my God, what the fuck? He's like,
Come here.
yeah, that's Stardust. We are essentially like, what? That's so weird. Oh my God, that's so random.
Ew, Steven's fucking weird. Them at the party. I don't know who I want to go home with tonight. Stephen Hawking or fucking Bill Clinton.
Like Saudi princes, it's all the world leaders. Like, what the hell? That guy's weird. Yeah, it's insane that they're just being like, yeah, no, everything was cool, above board, don't
It's
worry.
like Trump dog.
Yeah,
It's tough not to fucking point some fingers.
huge
Because
question.
you got
mark.
killed while you were president,
Yeah,
and you were there. You got. I mean, there's so many photos of them chilling.
allegedly hung with his staff.
I know.
Allegedly hung with his staff.
The cope on Trump's innocent. The cope is fucking pretty intense. Yeah, he did go to the island and he just hung out with the staff, dude. The staff said that. Was the staff 12?
Who knew John
I think
McAfee?
everyone was hanging out with the staff.
Yeah, true. The massagers. Yeah, the John McAfee was the only. He was the one who allegedly was trying to bring it down. I don't know
Really?
if that's just internet folklore. But yeah, turns out he was. It's funny to be taken down as a pedophile by a guy who's getting shit on like a neighboring island. Just being like, this isn't right. We gotta take this down. We gotta- Yeah, dude, that shit. That was pretty. Well, there's the thing. They were never going to release it. That was like it became apparent. Like they're not fucking like, oh, those
Did you see-
trillionaires.
Did you
who-
see him? Somebody brought